welcome back to
the Zak
and Buzz
review of Gladiators! Episode 3.
Episode 3.
Yes, an episode which was full of action, full of
drama, entertainment,
controversy,
laughs,
yes,
and wonderment.
It threw up some controversy from the fans this week. We'll get to that.
But first,
let's
take a look at who our contenders were this week.
For the
men, we had Lewis
and Mustafa, for short, and Tony and Amanda.
Yep.
And Tony, if I correct, is Lewis's wife.
Yes.
We had a husband and wife team for the first time.
Not that they really act as a team, but they can support each other through the event.
Which they did, because it kept one was Tony was up at the top of the wall, and
Lewis was there at the beginning of Unleash.
No, it was Lewis at the top of the wall because Tony was climbing.
Yeah, he'd already gone.
He'd already done it. Yeah, but they were all running around. They kept appearing and cuddling each other.
Anyway, that was very nice to see. I didn't expect to see that, but it was nice to see.
Armed with our notes.
Yes, we've got a lot of notes on this one because there's quite a lot to go through.
So, starting off with the ring. Now, this is where the controversy starts. Because literally, the social media went mad on the ring, and I kind of agree because I said this exactly to you. And I was like watching it going, what the hell is going on? You know, because this game is probably, just going nowhere. I don't. Initially, when they first showed it on the first series, it was kind of okay, all right. But of course, we got much better games like Powerball, and then we have the ring where they've got to run in and touch the centre. But this week's episode, with the way they played the game, was awful.
Ooh, that's a bit hard.
It was awful. The Gladiators...
Controversial, yes, but I wouldn't say awful.
Well, I didn't think it was brilliant because the Gladiators are tackling.
Yeah.
And then the contestants are going down. The judges are saying, release. And then it's like, even like Tony, she just like hands and knees ran across to touch it.
Yeah.
Other ones were like hitting it with their foot.
Yeah.
But every time that they got released, they just go straight to the centre.
Yeah.
Look, this really, it doesn't take any brain power to work out that the competitors should start on the outside of the ring.
Yep.
Run in. And if they get tackled to the floor, where the refs have to say release, they need to go back out of the ring before re-entering. Also, when they hit the target, they need to go out of the ring before re-entering, and that would make the difference.
Yeah, much similar to the rules of Powerball. Yeah. What I think this is getting caught up on is much like the rules of Gauntlet, where you pin, but then you have to release.
Yeah, and they're like could be right near to the damn.
And there's going to be no there's a period of time where you're going to be able to
if you're floored, get out of the ring.
Yeah.
If you score, get out of the ring. And this has basically meant that if they don't review the rules, they really ought to think about dropping this game.
Well, I suppose in that instance maybe. But then it would make it very much like Powerball, wouldn't it? If they had to have a ball or something they put into a pot in the middle.
I'm just saying they either
just have Powerball.
Refine the rules so the contender has to get out of the ring, and if they get taken to the floor, get up and then score, they lose the points. They need to get out, or if they do score, they still need to run out of the ring and re-enter.
Yeah,
simple as that. That would make the game work, but it's just not working. And I can understand why you fans out there are all getting a bit, annoyed about it, because I was annoyed about it. And I think if they don't tighten it up, they either tighten the rules up or dump the game. Okay?
Yeah. I mean, we've said this about Collision before, and I'm not a big fan of Collision.
There's plenty of... obviously they've brought in a new game this week, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of the old games that they could bring back, which people would like. I mean, I'd tell you what I'd like. What would you like off the cuff from the old games? Pyramid. I can see.
Poleaxe.
Yeah. Okay. So
what's the one where they're on the big swinging ball?
Okay. Stop. I'm going to stop you there.
Okay.
First two, I agree, but the first two are the ones which cause people injuries so much.
Oh yeah.
So they probably won't. Yeah. But the third one you mentioned was the one I was going to go for, which was Pendulum.
Oh, yes.
So you got the Pendulum.
I love that one.
Where they have to climb around it. That was a good one. Bring back something like Pendulum rather than this stupid.
Well, they're currently dangling the edge from the ceiling, so I don't know if we'll get that.
No. Okay, so apart from the edge and Hang Tough, if we ever get to see Hang Tough, which I think we will, because I know they did record it, but we need more Hang Tough. You know, yeah, but that's 2 Skybound games.
Yeah.
I suppose you could call the wall calling you up. But anyway, the fact is, yeah, another suspension game wouldn't be a bad thing.
Okay.
There was also Slingshot, of course. Do you remember Slingshot?
No.
Where they had to like bounce. They were on bungee cords. They had to bounce down off of a platform, bounce up and grab a ball, which are in different scoring zones. Grab a ball, come back down, get back up, put it in their pot, and then bounce down again. While the Gladiators are trying to knock them out of the way. And
kind of like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
A bit like Thunderdome.
That's quite cool. Yeah. So rounding up the ring, obviously. Highlights for me were the interactions between Lewis and Phantom here. That was quite funny because Lewis obviously really did go for it.
Give it. It's
being a former rugby
he put
player,
his rugby skills to good practice,
which was good fun.
Kept slamming into Phantom, so that was good.
So what was interesting here is initially Lewis had a lead of 12 points to 6, and then obviously for the females it was 10 points to Tony and 12 points to Amanda. Yeah,
I mean, but that's still a lot of points. That's what I mean. There was a lot of points scored.
That was the thing with this episode. It was that who was like first and second. It kept jumping between the games, which was really good, like competition wise.
That's right, and then it got tight.
Yeah,
which was good. Which was good, but still tighten up the ring. Anyway, so there we go.
That was the joke with Barney. Barney, wasn't it?
Oh God, Barney! That's probably the best bit about that game is when Barney said,
God.
"You know, that's the
the
toughest ring or the tightest ring or the something about a ring that he's ever seen. It's the best ring I've ever seen." Oh man, Barney, what you say, mate? Because I bet everybody laughed at that.
All right, so
on to
event 2,
right, which was the new one.
It was the new one. We obviously saw the preview for it last week.
We joked about it last week in our last review. And would Bradley want to call it the chase? And yes,
he did. He did make a little go
He made a gag about the chase.
Yeah. Sounds familiar?
Yeah, sounds familiar. Because of course they did have the other one that I mentioned last week, which
the other one.
Yeah, the other one where they used to chase around. I can't think of the name of it.
Pursuit.
Yeah, Pursuit. That's right. So but anyway, Unleashed. It turned out to be really good. I enjoyed it.
Yes, we weren't sure about the name, but when it got going, it finally made sense.
I like the fact that the Gladiators are unleashed without any whistle or anything.
Yeah, and we don't know. It's a mystery gladiator.
Mystery gladiator, which is quite fun. Although Phantom did go off track.
Nice little spin.
Yeah, Phantom went off track.
Yep.
And Cyclone, she took a tumble, didn't she?
Yeah.
I like the fact that you've got the initial hurdle, then you've got the wall smash where you have to then be careful you're not going to trip over the blocks into that second tight
I think it's incredibly difficult because obviously you've got to follow the track. There's no actual boundary to it.
No.
So it is easy to kind of go off track in order to try and catch up.
I gotta say, I did love the graphics. The projected graphics of Unleashed look really. It was 100%. It kind of reminded me of Tron a little bit. You know, that old movie Tron. I did like that. I also feel that it must be very difficult, which was proven very difficult for both the competitors and the Gladiators to remember that as soon as they hit them steps, they got to go step because they want to bound up them. You know, but it was a good game.
Yeah, of the actual contenders, the only one who actually managed to make it to the little jump
that was
flag.
Tony, wasn't it?
That was Tony. No, it was Muss. Tony, unfortunately, got done on the steps. She went 2 by 2.
Didn't she get the flag?
She got the flag, but she went 2 by 2
on the first couple of steps,
which you're not supposed to do.
Exactly.
And I think going forward, that's really got to be the thing to keep an eye on.
You just got to remember. I mean, that's hard
If
you're running at full pelt and then you want to bound rather than suddenly go.
Because it's not exclusive. Because the Gladiators had that problem as well.
Well, Phantom did, didn't he? Not only cut corner, but because he bounded up the stairs.
Exactly.
You want to do that.
So scores on the doors after event 2.
Go for it.
We had Lewis on 12, Mustafa or Mus on 16, and Tony on 15, and Amanda on 12.
There we go. And then we had The Wall, which again is a good old-fashioned game. We like that one.
Yeah.
We've covered
No shoe controversy this season.
No, so far they have tightened the shoes up, which is great.
I don't know how they're managing it.
Although I thought Legend last week he overtook the competitor, didn't he?
Yeah,
which was quite funny. But unfortunately, he didn't do it this week though.
No, Mus got him.
Yeah, Mus was very fast up the wall. So you got to give him that. Both Mus and Lewis got over the top, didn't they?
They both did. They both did. Look, Viper fell off.
Oh yeah, he did. We didn't have any Viper. Did we?
No, he's not the most talkative.
Again, I think on social media, people are kind of there's a little murmur that too many of the gladiators are trying to kind of play the bad boy. It was always Wolf.
Yeah.
Obviously, you did have. It was the big guy with the big boggly eyes. I can't think of his name.
Rhino or something?
No, not Rhino. Oh, can't remember the name. This is silly.
Warrior?
No, Warrior. No, that's Warrior.
Barbarian Man? Samaritan?
No, not Samaritan. Anyway, but yeah, he used to give him the eyeball when he was doing the duel, and but it was the presence of the gladiators, but Wolf was the one who played the bad guy and a good guy at times, which is great. But they're all kind of trying a little bit too hard, some of the gladiators, and
I think that's very much the controversy with Cyclone.
Cyclone's trying
a bit too much.
The kind of the locker room chat where Saber's trying to give a Cyclone some advice while hiding behind other gladiators, in case Cyclone goes mad. But the thing is, the gladiators, Legend is probably the only one who's got his own real persona.
He's got the balance right.
Yeah, he's got the balance
right.
Saber's good, Fury, but some of them are just trying too hard.
Okay. So scores on the doors after the wall. So we had Lewis on 17, Mus on 26, which is quite a big advantage there by the third game.
What about we had Dynamite and Athena.
We had Dynamite and Athena on the wall. Yep. Tony was then on 15, and Amanda was on 22.
Yeah, was it Athena that got? One of them got one of the girls off.
Yeah, I don't think Tony made it. Tony didn't make it.
No. But then we went to one of our favourite ones that we always say, which is the Edge, the waffle board of doom. Yay! We love the waffle board of doom. Nobody fell like last week by putting their foot down.
That was quite funny. That was so funny.
But this week was a really good Edge.
It was very, very good.
Really loved that because the contenders were getting taken out. Literally got one run across.
Yeah, for the men, this was not good.
No,
Steel got him. Apollo got him.
He literally had him by the vest and wrenched him off. His arms off the grip of
the
steel.
Men only got 2 points apiece here.
Yep. And then obviously we got the ladies.
However, with the ladies,
the ladies.
Tony got 10 because unfortunately Diamond fell off.
She did. She scooted off at the corner.
Yeah.
Bad move, that one.
Oh, and then obviously Bradley came up with the Diamond Crusher line. That was hilarious.
What? She's going, what?
No. Diamond Crusher.
Diamond Crusher. But Fury did her bit. She just blocked, didn't she? She blocked and tackled.
Amanda got 2. So scores on the doors after that. The Edge. Lewis was on 19, Mus was on 28, Tony was on 25, that was a good and Amanda was on 24.
Half of Diamonds slip up, but it was a good edge on that one. And that brought us on to...
First thing,
go on.
Before we do it,
go on.
Interesting fact, no duel this week.
No!
This is the first episode of the revived series that has not featured duel. Which means, what was it?
It was Atmospheres. And it was a fabulous Atmospheres. Yes. In fact, I think it was the ladies especially were getting blocked out. The gladiators were doing their job really well. And there was that spinning non-traction, which I actually am quite enjoying that because they are...
having to work for it.
And then they're redirecting them, getting that traction back in. But I'm still missing the plume of smoke out the pods, but... The gladiators are blocking them well. It was a good atmosphere.
Yeah, I really did.
And I think it was Giant was at least twice he lost his footing in there. And you go, hang on, that's Giant. Woo, he's going.
Yeah, it was Giant and Bionic, wasn't it?
And
the big guys.
The big guys. But Giant kept falling over. But there you go. And in the hamster ball of doom.
But it was really good fun. It was nice to see that obviously one of the new games, or
Yep.
new old games.
Yep.
And obviously Unleash in this episode as well. It was nice to see both of them.
That's what I was saying. This episode was really action-packed.
Yeah.
It was like full-on action
100%,
games.
100%.
And thankfully, none of that swing low, sweet chariot, the stupid one.
What?
The one we
Collision.
Collision, don't like that. It's got a grand name, just doesn't work.
Okay.
Anyway, what are the scores?
Right, scores on the doors after Atmospheres. Lewis was on 25, Mus was on 34, which is quite a high score. It's very high.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably down to the that stupid ring.
Tony was on 25 and Amanda was on 26.
Ooh. That was close. Which left just...
The Eliminator.
Wow. I've got to say, let's start with the men. Start with the men. So, I mean, not being funny.
This was close.
Mus, he rocketed, didn't he?
Yeah,
I mean,
he rocketed.
He rocketed.
He had a 4-second advantage, and this. Let's not forget that Mus is a speedy guy. He is a speedy guy.
He hasn't got a lot of weight that he's got to pull up those ropes or anything.
Whereas Lewis
is
good
muscle bound,
like, musclier, so it's a lot more to shift.
But Mus, he just shot up there.
Shot up the cargo net really fast.
Yeah.
However, again, it comes down to the Travelator.
Yep.
The Travelator was like nail biting for the men because Mus was up, then he was down, then Lewis has catched up with him. Oh my god, what's going on? And it took at least 2-3 goes for them both to get up there, and Mus just pipped Lewis to the post on that.
Although Lewis was still quite fast, so you never know. Is it with a chance, maybe?
Interesting fact about this, Mus did achieve the fastest eliminator of the revived series.
Of the whole series?
Yeah.
Oh,
so that was the record
for the series.
For the series now.
Wow.
It was only by like two or 3 seconds, but it was.
So since you mentioned that, I'm going to say I can't remember the guy's name from the first episode of this series. He was a CrossFit guy.
Yeah.
He was very fast. So at the moment, I'm kind of putting him and Mus as the ultimate finalists.
However, Lewis did come very close to being second, and it was stipulated that he's very likely to be the one who gets pushed into the semi-finals because of his speed, fastest runner-up.
Yeah.
But anyway,
then we have the ladies.
Moving on to the ladies. So it was Tony and Amanda. There was 1 point in it, so half a second.
And they
half a second advantage to Amanda.
They both took off.
Wow. Yeah.
And it was really good.
It was.
And then I can't believe it, but it got to the Travelator.
Yeah.
And it was again faceplant time.
Yeah, faceplant.
Ow, that was a faceplant.
Maybe they should put gum shields on for that.
I don't know.
It's so grueling when they get so close to the top of that wallop.
But it was up and then down and up and then down, and then it was on that final.
It's who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? Who's
final run, and just blew to the.
Yeah, Amanda got it.
Amanda
got it. However, I do think Tony isn't up for the
speediest.
For the speediest.
No, but the thing is, she did have the chance to take it, but unfortunately, again, the Travelator just did the legs in.
Yeah.
But it was a damn good, exciting eliminator.
It was a great episode. That was the thing, wasn't it? It was all the jokes about the Terminator. This one, wasn't it?
It was.
It was. That was quite funny. The Terminator. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
From Barney, anyway.
Yes, it was good fun. It was a really good. I enjoyed the episode. Apart from the ring controversy, but otherwise,
Unleash was good. It was great to see. You did stipulate that we might have seen the newer Gladiator.
Yeah, I thought.
However, I do think that's what we're going to get next week.
Well,
we're going to get that next
last week they kind of showed Unleashed.
Yeah.
And they flashed up the new Gladiator, who we do know who he's called, but we're not going to say who he's called.
No, we're not.
Not until he actually hits the show. But they flashed his face up, so it was kind of like, ooh, maybe we're going to get a double, but we didn't. We just got the Unleash. Mm-hmm. So it's bound to be.
It's been a great series so far. It really lived up to the hype of the first season, and fun fact, it's been renewed for season 3 already.
Yes.
So we have more Gladiator stuff coming next year as well. Which is so fantastic.
Maybe we'll be able to get tickets this year.
Tickets all
because we didn't get tickets.
Or to be contenders.
No, I don't know that.
We might have to go through some trials to get that.
I need to get some more in.
I'm fast. I'm quick. I'm like lightning. I'm like a hawk. Like a laser.
Like a laser beam.
Okay.
So anyway,
if you enjoyed this episode, please let us know in the comments. We would love to have a little discussion about it with you because it would be absolutely fantastic to do so.
Exactly. And we shall see you in the next one. Glad fans.
If you enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe to this channel and comment below any suggestions of further reviews
you'd like to see. Gladiators.